Hello YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host, Mary Ellen. This is a periodic episode of the 2024 series, The Edith Holden Project, where I take the, what's the name of the book? The Nature Diary of an Edwardian Lady, and deconstruct it and then reconstruct it in my own hands, using her as a guide for what I am doing in a general sense. If you're new, that was a poor explanation. So I need to get my sheet. Oh, I'm always so disorganized. Stars and garters. So, for anybody who is new, this is her book deconstructed into what is happening on every single page. And this is what January is. So there is a title page for the book, January title page, then there's a piece of art and a quote, and then the next folio is 2 pieces of art and 2 pages of diary. So this piece here is the days of the diary. So my next diary is going to be, this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That calendar is going to freak me out. So where are we at? Put this aside. Where are we at? So we have 2 folios. This is the first page, nature notes, we're good there. This is the January title page, and this is the first piece of art. And then this is the first quotation, which is a poem called We Are Gatherers. I'll get to that in a second. And then this is the diary. So I need to do art here and art here this week probably, and then do some journaling. So we can do that. Where are we at? So she, I think, has used watercolor to do all of her journaling because she was an Edwardian and she didn't have artificial intelligence to do all her work for her. So January, first thing that I wanted to do was January 1st, sunrise was 7:51 and the sunset was 4:51, and I want to do a January 31st. Somewhere, namely right here, I have a blue jay feather that I would love to draw, or at least trace out and then kind of draw-ish. We'll worry about that in a minute. And so I need to color that in. And look what I have. Yeah, I know. So there's a blank jar of water, and I've got my spurts. I can spurt my paint first. And I'm doing this off to the side just so that I don't get it all over the paper. There we are. And I've got my little mop, my paintbrush. And so what I would like to do is a little bit of, put some water down. And then do blue there, blue there. And hopefully, if the plan goes well, yellow in the center. And then have that sort of lead this way and that way. So if you water it first, you get an opportunity to, it won't sort of, water is weird. it behaves in very specific ways that is super helpful. And you can even sort of see how the paint is behaving in the water. And there's tension. Water has got a lot of tension in it. There. So that technically is sunrise and sunset. Horseshoes and hand grenades. We'll let that be for the moment. Don't know what else. Oh, the feather is one of the things that I'm going to put down here, I think. I wonder if I should put just red or an orange. Put an orange. See if that helps. Maybe, maybe not. This is a rough approximation of my bird feeder. So I threw dice to figure out what it was that I was going to draw. It said to go ahead and draw a bird. I just wasn't feeling it, so I drew my bird feeder instead. And that is all bleeding out because I probably have way too much water at this point. This is me sort of doing a mop up on aisle 5. So there's less water in the brush than there is on the paper, so the brush will suck it up. And then I plunk the water out in here. And I can do it again. There we are. Okay. Okay, stop. So I kind of don't want to do that blue because I've already done that blue, but let's try this. What color is this anyways? I think it's a bright peacock blue. But we will just use that then. This isn't the style of Edith, and it should not be because this is mine, not hers. I already have a copy of hers. I do not have a copy of mine. And I tell you what, as a process goes, having the first folio, I'm doing these one folio at a time so that I don't get overwhelmed. Having the first folio done feels so much better. It's like, okay, now I've done a title page, I've done an art page. If I flip this over, which I'm not going to do now because I've got wet paint here, I've also got a quote page and I've got the diary page. So I've got all 3 started, which I think is important and sort of key to understanding what it is that I'm going to be doing and sort of what I'm up against, if that makes any sense. It's like, what am I going to be doing now for the next year? The other thing that I have, that I'm doing in addition to Edith Holden is Cindy at Studio Lou has got a phenology kit on Etsy, which is basically the tracking of the seasons. And I have one thing, which is, did I put it down? Did I move it? What did I do with it? Here it is. So this is the January kit. So there's a leader and a follower page. And I printed out a calendar, and then inside here is the book of the seasons first. So Monday was the first snow, Thursday was the first day of sunshine, and I also spotted my first red-tailed hawk. So it allows you to sort of keep track of where the first things happened, which is kind of fun. So, woo! Bird feeder, done. What do I want to do now? I'm going to put that. How do you get gray? Orange, maybe? Yeah, kind of. I want light gray. There we are. So light gray is going to be these stones. And I'm not going to do them all the same color so that they will show up. There, I probably need 3 colors. And then this. So my bird feeder is off on an angle drawn here because it is off on an angle in real life. That's how I roll. That actually is a perfectly good sage too. Get a little bit more green. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, that's not sage green. But I am the only person that needs to know that. Okay, good enough. Bird feeder is black. I'll be right back. It's another one of my curated Christmas gifts from my dear friend. This will be easier to, I think, mix paint as opposed to that one little spot. So what color else do I need? I need like a yellowy brownie. I'm not entirely sure how you lighten that. Maybe just put a ton of water in it. Let's try that. Well, my shed's going to be yellow now. There we are. That's some of that done. What else do we want to do? Oh yes, we were going to do dark, kind of like a black. And I think Prussian and whatever this dark color is, that's going to be black enough for me. Oh, I shouldn't do that. Woof! Okay, that was a little heavy-handed. Okay. This weird green. There we are. This is more of this weird gray. That is not gray anymore. That's kind of blue. I need a little orange. It's kind of purple. There we are. That's better. It's kind of a gray planter. There we are. That's better. It's a shave and a haircut, 2 bits. Okay. This I think was brown. Ah. I am likely to get better at this. We hope. Likely get better at this as we go on. I want something a little bit darker. Ooh, yeah, that's a good stone color. These stones are largely red. Buddy Bird. There we are. Oh, look at that peak. You can tell it's a cardinal now. Where's the gray? That's the gray. What color is that? Oh, it's kind of purpley now. It's all right. It'll be fine. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Couple of weird colors. What else do we need? Oh, wait, it's got to go to the handles are that color. There, oops. And now we're back to the yellow again, because that's the birdseed color. And there's a couple of peanuts in here. Oh, you can see the watermark. And then I need to get that color and then something that's a hair darker, because the outline, this outline is a darker color. There. I wonder if I need to do any more. I'm just making stuff up here. How about that's the color? I don't know. Then this is all of the bits. And there is a piece of wood there, and then a stake that goes in there, and then that's kind of the garden edge. Yeah. And I don't think we need any more than that, do we? I'm going to go with no. Not the brightest color, but not the dullest either. This is weeding again. I like how that turned out. Notwithstanding, it's not perfect, but I like the choice of colors. I think that's what I want to say. I wish I'd put January 1st down there, but well, there we are. So, my first picture. Can I flip this over without any harm? Well, you know what? All we can do is try. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Kind of an attempt at shading. I'll take it for a quarter. Though for shading, I think you need to have it a little bit darker. Okay, good enough. Not beautiful, but not awful. Okay, so flipping over. So let's keep it this way until I get the story told. So the scanning around on Instagram, came across a poem that was about gathering and foraging, and sent it to Cindy at Studio Lou and Shell at Shell's Creative Chaos. And Cindy, of course, is doing one of these kind of studies, not the Edith Holden, but the phrenology, and she used that poem in her book as a good item for January, a thing to record. And as soon as she put it down, I went, oh, yes, that's the thing that I can use for one of my quote pages, because I had, up until that point, no clue. Am I going to do a little tiny quote that's about this big and then just draw something around it? How am I going to solve that problem? Anyways, as soon as I saw it, I went, that's what I should do. I asked her permission and she said, yes, go ahead. And I think, A, I didn't need to ask permission, and B, she was likely always going to say, yes, can I do a public domain poem and put it in my own journal? Because duh, of course you can. But I don't know, I just felt like that was a polite thing to do. Anyways, so this is the poem, and I will read it. Yes, I will. We are gatherers, the ones who pick up sticks and stones and old wasps' nests fallen by the door of the barn, walnuts with holes that look like eyes of owls, bits of shell, not whole but lovely in their brokenness. We are the ones who bring home empty eggs of birds and place them on a small glass shelf to keep for what? How long? It matters not. What matters is the gathering, the pockets filled with remnants of a day evaporated, the traces of a certain memory, a lingering smell, a smile that came with the shell. And I think that's a lovely poem. I like that a lot. I wish the little bird was redder, but you know what? We're good. So this then is, we're already on a second folio. Yes. So here is my diary so far. Next one is going to be January 11th. And then, and nothing particularly outstanding. January 5th was, woo, the sun came out yesterday. We have not had a lot of sun, and so red letter day when the sun comes out. So I need 2 pages of 3, so I've got 11, so 12, 14, and 18. 12, 14, and 18, maybe. And so we need to think about art, more art. So to think about more art, we will consult Miss Edith and see what Miss Edith had to do. Miss Edith and I are a page off because she did not number her title page and I did. So my 5 is, so that's, did I, oh, no, we're, oh, yes, this is going to freak me out every single time. So cover page, January, picture, quote, art, art. So she did leaves, something dried, and birds. Okay, so let's put that aside. Do I want to do that? Or no? Maybe I don't. So the less I pencil draw on it, the better. But I do want to make note of it. Careful, Edith, you're going to fall over. So this is going to be dried plant. And the other side was a bird. So that's essentially the setup for that. So we got to get going on those. And I feel like I should take my next page out. My goodness, we're roaring along, aren't we? This is dollar store watercolor paper. 300 GSM. 11 3/8 by 8 1/4. And I think I've got to cut the page, if I recall correctly, because I think it's slightly shorter. No, I just fold it in half. Okay. There. So, we are on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5, 8. We pick up on 9. Nine, 10, 11, and 12. Ta-da! But what are these pages? What are these pages supposed to be then? So 7, 8. This is 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 2 more arts, a diary page, and F is field notes, where she picks something and then she goes into a lot of detail. First field note seems to me it was a bird or something. What did she say? That's the diary. What are we at? What are we at? Where are we going? So her 8. Oh, balls, this is going to be hard. My 1 is her 0. Oh, insert swears here. So annoyed. And she's got January like 100 times. It's like, yes, we know it's January, sweetheart. So 1 is, so 1, 2, got it. That's the quote, fine. I feel like I should mark these somehow. So art, art, quote, quote, good job. Okay, now we're on here. Art. Diary. So she did a tree. So she did a tree. So this is art, and that's true art. Diary. Diary and some quotes. And not a lot of art, a lot of quotes. But I'm not a huge, like, I am not a poetry person. I don't collect, I don't collect poems, I collect quotations, I think is a better way of saying it. And she collected poems. And so, and there we vary. And the field note also has got some art. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then one more art, which will be 13. And then we're done the month. Wow, okay. What's today? January 6th, 7th, 6th, 7th? Early? It's early January, that's what I'm gonna say. So I think this is almost dry. And we've got plans for what we need to do there. I need to find something dry to draw and a bird to draw. Diary on the 11th. Some more diaries there. And then some more things to draw and so forth. So I think we're up to date. I think you have all the news that's fit to print on where we're at. That I am past this one now. Once this dries, I am well happy. I will add the end of January, the sunrise and the sunset, just so that we can see when. I might find some kind of way of describing new moon and full moon here, because I think those are also interesting things for January. And if I can, I almost want to just do the outline of that as opposed to draw it, but I know drawing it will help me draw better. I love this. It's a blue jay feather. It's so beautiful. It's sort of black and plain up to that point, and then you can sort of see the blue, and then this beautiful curving, almost like the start of the top of a heart here. It's very pretty, and it's blue as well, which I think is super great. Anyways, that is all for now. I swear, I have such a hard time saying goodbye sometimes. Until next time, I will see you again soon. Take care. Love you. Really appreciate having you around to talk to. And in the meantime, stay out of trouble. Bye now.